today we shall discuss over pampering children by their parents. Over pampering children by their parents. Raising well-adjusted children involves striking a balance between providing love and support and teaching them the essential life skills they need to succeed. It's therefore crucial for parents to establish clear boundaries and rules and to teach children how to navigate challenges and setbacks in a healthy way. Every parent wants his or her child to be happy, but too much indulgence can backfire. And so on this program today, we shall discuss the dangers of over-pampering children by their parents. What are the consequences, disadvantages, any advantages? All right, stay tuned, let's interact. We have in the studio Dr. Azubi Kenkala, Director of General Studies, Paul University, Oka, Anambra. You're welcome to the program. No.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here.
All right, you are a stakeholder. It's only here, maka obasata onye oboda. Ezo maka no zonke ayi emena happy obere nwa. You will 2 cups of garri sauce eri. Ese na azu ya azu. O nwere ozo esi azu. You gonna say spoil the rod and spare the child. So tata you get nebanya na the consequences the noise umaka no zonke happier or better one happier emena etini here apiane itare. Dr. Azubi Kenkala, what are those behaviors or actions that parents exhibit that translates to over-pampering of their children?
The misconception which the parents have concerning their children is that they believe that unless the child is guided according to their own parental decision and desires, the child will not be a very useful person within the society. So that thing is a misconception, you see, because when parents continue to overindulge their children, they are creating what we call second-generation syndrome. Our people always say, because the generation of the 1960s are generations that were born as what do you call, that's on the village setting. That is people who were born as country boys and country girls. And they developed based on the norms and the values of the society. But you find out that parents of that time regarded their growth and development as suffering. Faweliena otuto fa na etombo afu ije ko ije Borato, ije jafia make fawelie as suffering to themselves, and therefore they always hope and believe that now my children will not undergo this kind of sufferings. I'm going. And in the process of thinking that way, it becomes a misconception. And that misconception, what does it create in the children that are born by such parents? It creates what you call second-generation syndrome. It makes the children vulnerable. That's the manta afufua. You deny the child the social environmental impact on the psyche of the child. You deny the child the issue of self-independence and ability to do things by himself. You deny the child the ability of looking at the peers and then looking at models that they see in order to guide them. I think because of the preponderance of our people's thinking process, I think can take some of these things in Igbo. You see?
I can establish here.
So he choputana. Mmadụ ga-asị na nwa mama nta ụdị afụfụ anụ nye nwata. O create a dissonance in the psyche of the child. the child will no longer become a societal stakeholder. The child will become vulnerable. And when the child becomes vulnerable, if una echichie na emume na etu o si eje njem, or dị disoriented, nye na society ama nnozi, nye na ndị obodo ama nnozi, maka na parents ye ewegolu something that is objectionable wee tinye n'obi. And mgbe tinye that kind of thing n'obi, nwatakịrị adịzie disoriented, nwatakịrị enwezie problem that na unless mama mia ọ bịara n'ebe ọ nọ gwa ife ọ ga-eme, he can't take decision. Because the child doesn't take easy decision at all n'ife gbasara onwe. And in the process of doing that, if una those other children just with a family guidance and maybe church guidance and school guidance, therefore we develop tremendous skill. If you find that their skill are they in consonance with the society, they develop very fantastic human beings. But this over pampering, it creates problem. It makes the child not to grow. It makes the child to lack his own personal initiative. The child doesn't use initiative at all to handle issues. If you want to handle ujana because na the parents gasa ni material. Mana ichopotana the child emetere something. It is not obara joy feko kama obu an opportunity
to learn.
Can that child will learn, then we know how to do it better. I tell people, even in the university, when I teach them, I tell them that failure is not a destruction. It is an opportunity to make you to get it right. Because open in material right, if I enter the society, your peers you see from other universities, Fabia, when you call Ganafa, the same critical situation, in the same environment, with the same time frame, you find that now, Faga did better than you. Because they have learned by rote. Or if anything Kuzina say, learning by rote, learning by imitation, and then learning by pedagogy. Pedagogy is the opportunity and the child. Learn from the knowledge base of everything. Like in acoustic physics, you can see linear expansivity when it expands. The meta so if I find out now, we deny the child the opportunity of failing and learning, you are destroying his psyche.
Okay. Also now, one of the consequences, let's look at the consequences. Also, parents. Another consequences. Also children. Another consequences because
the human being in the society, the society, I am what we call a social being. And in the new media may go the world or a global village. So as social beings, the life is based on interaction. When you interact with onye kagimal, emota from him. When you interact with onye kamal, ema the level of onya what you call entry behavior or entry point. And then being matter someone else's entry point, a man how to discuss with Onya, a man how to maintain and create a relationship with that person. So it's not only about the child, it is about the bigger picture. And what is the bigger picture? The society. Society today. obodo adịghị ka obodo ụgbọgụrụ na na-enwe obodo enwe. All human beings na-eme the society, and all human beings nwere ife a na-akpọ cerebral and emotional intelligence. So ọ bụrụ sọsọ the child ka ọ na-eme affect, ọ na-emekwa affect the parents. I give you example of second generation syndrome. A child may be skilled na ime ife, ọ bụrụ electrical engineering bụ ife ọ chọrọ, Chineke nyere ya na destiny na ọ ga-eme, mana the father na-asị nwa m ga-abịa doctor, nwa m ga-abịa doctor, then mgbe ọ banye na medicine ọ pụta, he will become a killer to the society. Ndị ọ ga injection na-ekwesịrị ka ọ bụrụ abụrụ ụmụnne, all people in the society. So the person becomes a destruction to the society. So nke a ga-egosi the interactive nature of humanity in the society. People who are not in the Senate and in the government house and everything, often what all human beings are in a within the society. Because of the creation of political relationship, because of the creation of economic relationship, then agree, I will support you. So you find that now, on the society itself, and then look at in the zone, if an zone have open and the mother is was separate onions, a cock onions. So on madu need beer. So and then what you call destruction of the person, the personality of the human beings, society among the benefits at all. So it affects the society. It affects institutions. If somebody is talented in becoming a pharmacist and he went and read maybe engineering, if he comes to teach and lecture people, he will give them what is not the right thing. So you find that now.
Or even in practice.
Or even in private practice. Bujamo to somebody, onye abro a good auto electrician, or destroy your motor. Why? Because of a level of syndrome. No me ife kwesiro ko me apparently because na papia na me na protect iga abunka je mo mechanic ebe nya no nwe kwesiri ije more carpentry. So you find that now on the society affect. See, and
so everybody suffers, both the parents, children, and institutions.
And one of the worst areas on them affect is the family. The family. The child abroad just, he doesn't live in isolation. He lives in order to become useful to the parents, that's one, useful to the family, before the useful to the society. Then upon a child miss also the upon a papia and mamma were one source of income. And now we suppose another source of income to create a multiple source of income. Always you go again with the family. So the family will now crumble. See? So it affects everything. Don't over pamper the child. Give him the chance to exercise himself.
To explore.
Exactly.
Nwa ka na-eto na amụ ije na mgbe ụfọdụ happier or explore.
Yes, order rapia because one thing people are choptara na mgbe nwatakịrị na-achọ ịga ije da the first time order ọ ga-enwe fear. But all na rapia, you find that na his main objective
try to get up.
So he will try to get up. And open happier, he will develop the skills he get go get it up. But in on our you are denying the child the opportunity of self-development.
We are live on Facebook, Anambra Broadcasting Service, and we are discussing over pampering of children by their parents. What's your take? Let's talk in the next 10 minutes. Call us 0706-538-1320, 0706-538-1320. And let's discuss. We're in the studio with Dr. Azubi Kenkala. He's the Director of General Studies, Paul University, Oka. We'll read your comments on Facebook, Anambra Broadcasting Service. Let's talk. You are a stakeholder. And how can we avoid over-pampering? Okacha ndinne nwa abụgodu na nwa jezu ori welu ego ebe wepụ happy ọka bụ obere nwa oto ozubego. How can we avoid over-pampering? Ka anyị ga-esi wee kwụsị ọ dịka onwe kpọ ka anyị nabata ya ka iwe.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I will be watching them, but only have a couple of studio. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you.
Because program is very, very good because this issue of that today of pampering out is very, very bad and don't need the society today. There's so much because in my family, I want another pampering and everybody is working very hard. So that after one year to an pump here, what is the same way and men who to develop one of that Maraman what looks at for the society. So when I get man, this modern mothers and fathers I will get a lot. That's disease from such action or even attitude. Okay,
Thank you. Thank you. So how can we avoid over-pampering?
Yes, if an cause fear. The next thing I cause anxiety. Women, sorry to say this, for women are emotional beings. Okay, in the sense that the use of the central cerebral system, Fanny avoid so much. And find an anchor on the issue of emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence may create anxiety. Hey, oh, if I get maybe, oh, about a memory to then a man if I get maybe. But they forget that every individual is limited in his or her thoughts. You need the effect of the society to guide yourself. Your intelligence is not the best. Your intelligence as a human being is limited. Therefore, when you begin to stick to the fact now your child can grow the way you want him or her to grow, you are limiting the global view of that child. And you are limiting the intellectual development of that child. So that's the problem. You find out that even men na busoso funwa obusos na nonyanwa busoso funwa mamia na papia muta. Such men are vulnerable to the issue of, oh my child, oh my child, oh my daughter. It's not fair, it's not good. In as much as we want our children to develop the way we want them to develop, in addition to that, we should also give them opportunity to leverage on the environment, to leverage on what the society offers, to leverage on what the other people, other parents offers, and most importantly, to leverage on what the teachers and the reverend fathers and pastors offers. Why? Because there are people who by their training, especially teachers, by their training, they have broadened their mind concerning negativity, concerning positivity, concerning the middle line, concerning balance. Allow the inputs of this kind of people to come in, to enable you to reduce the level of your anxiety concerning your child. I blame the parents now when their children misbehave in school and the teacher beats the students. then the parents say, we're na school. You don't do that. Schools are legitimate institutional organizations set up by government and the society to nurture the behavior of children.
But teachers should
I'm not saying
log responsibility.
Yes, teachers should be responsible. In there. That's what they call reasonable force.
Doc, Banata Radio. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Kenegi.
Yes, wonderful afternoon to you. My name is Samuel Zodika, and I'm calling you from Onitsha.
Samuel, Ganiru.
Honorable Dike.
Honorable.
Yes, Honorable Dike, I'm calling you from Onitsha.
Ganiru Dike.
The big guy on now. Most of these modern fathers and modern mothers far maybe here because sometimes when you are allowing your son or your daughter to pass through to stand on his or her own feet. I want to then a megalon then can want to go and a white pass and they lean to me. Well, milk, no grade and butter stuff. And then if I know the parents cannot afford that. So parents can afford that. But I'm a choker on our stand there. Look, it's but not the name of your name feeling with it. You know, parents here, some of these nursery schools, if we have some of these mothers, some of them even pay teachers, and we can young over mark. So if they are not helping the society at all. And it's like on there's some gullible women, you know, women are easily to, you know, key in into what they're doing, whether my DNA is up to the standard or not, or they put their issues in the home. So I think these issues need to be emphasized more. Even if the government could come in and wear standard, because sorry to hello.
Dalo, thank you.
Thank you so much.
We've heard it. Thank you very much. Doc Kanyina, you advise, you come and go that story of, has it got anything to do with only son, only child? What can you say advice generally, Kanyina?
Yes, the advice I have to give, Bo, allow the child first to develop. Because the child were intrinsic destiny that God near. That's one. Near opportunity to develop that intrinsic destiny. Number two, let us not be over anxious. Let us not have a lot of anxiety. Let us not have a lot of emotional fears, because it has caused so many parents to develop high blood pressure. Exactly. So for the child too, the child should not limit his or herself to only what the family offers. The school is very important, especially this kindergarten area, crèche, nursery, and primary. Even though that the society also has become so broken that at times part of the problem is parents na too, because always some this information below filter that some children are sedated in order to allow them to sleep. You don't do that. There are things that should not be had in society at all. So children should not be over pampered. Allow all them. After all, ourselves, we developed as country boys. Are we lacking in things?
The consequences, they're enormous. Obido, Nsobuya Bido, Obozi, my parents, my society, Gano there. We'll take this topic again next week. But for now, we want to appreciate you, Dr. Azubike Nkala, the Director of General Studies, Paul University. Okay, thank you very much for coming to the program. And we appreciate everybody that made this program a success. I am Onwuji on behalf of my producer, Don Onyenji. See you again. Bye for now.